campers. We are in another approaching sunset situation right now. Oh, weird. No, that's right. I turned that off. I'm like, why isn't my Detroit assurance system seeing the lines on the road? It's like, I'd preemptively turn that off so it wouldn't buzz while I'm recording. Go me. Oh. We are currently in Crayg, Missouri, I think. The sign for the exit said Crayg, so presumably that is the little town off to our left, little farm community to our left. I kind of want to pronounce it like Crayg, because it's got an I. And I feel like the I should be pronounced. So it wouldn't be Crayg, it would be Crayg. Like, you gotta kind of do the E in there, the Crayg. Crayg. Not just Crayg. Crayg sounds like a caveman. Crayg sounds like C-R-A-I-G. I don't know. How would you pronounce Crayg? Tell me in the comments, where I expect you all to just write out the word Crayg, and that to not be helpful whatsoever. Excuse me, I pronounce Crayg like Crayg, C-R-A-I-G. Meanwhile, I pronounce Crayg like Crayg, C-R-A-I-G. But my friend, he pronounces it Crayg, C-R-A-I-G. I am easily amused. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. We are currently empty, sans load. We are on our way to our next customer. Did a drop and hook delivery in Kansas City today. Well, not technically Kansas City. It was technically the Kansas side, you know, whatever that city over there is, like Edwardsville, Edwardton, I don't know. There's a cold storage warehouse there, and that's where we dropped off the trailer. Full of fuel, because I am responsible like that, and they're not going to unload it on a Saturday or a Sunday. So it's got enough fuel to make it through the weekend. But they didn't have any empty trailers, so I actually had to go back into Missouri to the other side of Kansas City to get an empty trailer from a Smithfield plant. Like some kind of meat packing facility. Though all the bins around the facility said inedible, so I don't know what they made there. I was afraid to ask, but the trailer I got was one that another driver had dropped off to be loaded. So it's clean and ready to roll, so we're good. Full of fuel, all good. Check out that fog over the farm fields to the left. All that snow is affecting the fog. The Missouri River is somewhere out there as well, a little bit further away. You can tell you're near one of the big rivers, like the Missouri or the Mississippi, because when you cross a little river, it's still got these huge levees on either side of it, so that when the big river that it dumps into overflows, because it goes up the channels for the smaller rivers that feed it. So the smaller rivers can flood ridiculously as well. Because I don't know if you are familiar with how geography works, but we are currently on what is called the floodplain for the Missouri River. It is the big flat open area on either side of Missouri. It happens to be a really good place to grow food, but it also, because it is called the floodplain for a reason, it also tends to flood. So that's the flooding of the Missouri River is what created this big flat expanse between these hills to our right and the hills on the other side of the Missouri River, somewhere way off to our left. That his flooding has done this thing. So when you've got a river that cuts through the floodplain, you have to kind of manage it very carefully. I think we're actually about to cross another one here. So you can see like the sides of the river are way up above the level of the fields. It's got these huge levees on either side of it. I think this is a river? It's either a river or a railroad. I think it's a river. Yeah, it's the Tarkio River. So huge levees because we are so close to the parent, or I guess the river it feeds into. Oh, it's very icy today. Very icy indeed. So, and we drop back down to slightly above the level of the fields. So yeah, fun geography, geospatial awareness moment there. Oh, you can kind of see some hills way off to the left poking over the fog on the other side of the river. That's cool. That's cool. Lots of food gets grown here. Lots and lots of food. We're not in Iowa yet, but this is kind of like the Iowa-y part of Missouri. We're about 25 miles from Iowa. 25 delightful miles. Oh, neat! I didn't notice until just now that Heartland actually managed to get past that flatbed. That Heartland truck is governed at 63 mile an hour. We're doing 62, and that flatbedder has been between 61 and between 60 and 65 the whole time I've been behind him. He hasn't gotten any further away. We've caught up to him a couple of times, but not really going anywhere. So I guess he's driving around 62 mile an hour as well. But I don't think he's governed at 62. I think he's just choosing to drive at 62. Oh, we're about to drive into the fog. All right. It's going to be one of those days. That's fine. I think it's one of those fogs where it just kind of stays in the distance, and it looks nice and creepy, but it doesn't actually impede your vision terribly much. I'm okay with that. Corning, Missouri. I wonder why they call it Corning. Do you think they grow a lot of corn here? Or do you think they corn a lot of beef here? All right, they're all moving over. We should move over. There's probably a reason. When both trucks in front of you move over, assume you need to move over. Yup. Okay, there's a cop. Preemptive hop into the left lane. It might also be called corning because they might have done a lot of like salting beef here. This corning is a thing you can do to meats, but that refers not to corn. It refers to the salt that you put on it, because you put on corns of salt corns, which are just big kernels of salt, big crystals of salt. Oh, hi fog. Okay, that got real thick all of a sudden. That's cool. We've got our radar going right now. It's been wonky all day, but it's working at the moment. So we've got a little bit more vision through the fog than we are not simply trusting my eyes. Though I can still barely make out the flatbedder in front of us. I can see him better now. Here we go. We're coming out of it, I think. That was fun. That was a nice little fog bank. That was cool. Again, easily amused. Also, sorry for the sudden cutoff yesterday. I forgot to swap batteries in the camera. What happens is when I plug the camera in at night to move footage from the camera to the tablet, it charges the battery, and then once the battery is fully charged, it just switches the camera over to outlet power, and the battery is able to just start draining itself again, because the batteries just lose power over time. So then it stays on outlet power all night, because I just go to sleep while it's transferring footage. And so then by the morning it's bled off a chunk of its outlet power, or it's bled off a chunk of its battery power while it's been plugged into the outlet. So I did not account for that yesterday, and I did not put a fresh battery in the morning, and it died on me. So that was cool. That was cool. It's fine. It's fine. Remembered today. And that's the important thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Elio Dare, AzarAngel17 on Twitch. So I'm not ever on Twitch, so I don't know why you'd go there. But you know, that might change in the future once we get, I need to mirror heat. My mirrors are fogged up, probably from the fog. We might be on Twitch a little more often once I get a place in Montana where I can actually go home on the weekends instead of just being out all the time. That'd be cool, right? Weekend video game streams, I don't know. So y'all got really mad last time I did video game stuff. So that was weird, but this channel started out as a video game channel, and it will probably end as a video game channel. and I will only truck as long as my health can last. But my fingers, I hope, will outlast my body, the rest of my body. I presumably could, like, play video games from within an iron lung, if ever.